you come here often? Yeah, terrible. I promise I'll never do that again. T-Rex82 here. Welcome back to another Empyrion Galactic Creators Studio update. It's finally happened. I have finished the CRETIAN Bull mostly. What I mean by that is the texturing is done, all of the lighting is done, all of the modeling is done. The only thing I have left to do at this point is to finish all of the sensors and everything else that goes along with it to get it ready. Number one, quarantine haircut in full effect. My wife has done actually an exceptional job. It's way better than I had expected. We started out with 2 on the sides, and there were a couple nicks, so we had to go ahead and, go down to a 1. But, it gives me more of a rugged look, I feel like I'm Ragnar from Vikings. Got the shaved in the side of the head, and I love it. I feel rough, I feel manly. Anyway, so, as I said in the last episode, we lost everything that we were working on, had to start over. I have now been saving everything in so many places, external hard drives. I've saved them on zip drives. I've saved them on the internal drive, everywhere I possibly can, just to make sure it doesn't happen again. What's that old saying? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Well, at that point, it's my fault, and there's nothing I can do about it. Here we are. Let's jump right in. Let's take a look and see where we currently are. And as always, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content, and let's go. All right, so bear with me here. I am using an Xbox controller. I haven't used one in a long time on this game, so the controls are a little janky, but we're going to do our best here. So in front of us is the Tyche. This was the first one I did for an Excalibur build. By far, to me, it is the most comprehensive build I've done to date. And I wanted to make something that would match that, or try to match that in quality. And I think I've succeeded. Again, there's a little bit more work to do, but I think it's gonna come pretty close. All right, so let's just go ahead and take a look here. The CRETIAN Bull. It's hiding on the other side. And there she is. Let's slow this down a little bit. So it is finished. It's pretty close style-wise to what I was working on with the original CRETIAN Bull before I lost everything. But I actually kind of like this better. It feels more modular. It feels more industrial. It feels more just rough and rugged. It does have those cargo containers that I released on the workshop last week. The link is going to be down in the descriptions if you want to get your hands on those. I would love to see what you can do with those, as well as the Tyche thrusters that I put out there a while back. You can email me, trex82@gmail.com. Show me what you've been working on. Show me what you've... Just send me some pictures or whatever you want to do. It really doesn't matter. I will check that daily, and I will get back to you. I promise to respond to you. But I like all my fans out there. I love you all for sticking by my side this long. And we've had a few upgrades. Got a new camera. I have since upgraded the computer quite a bit, substantially. So we're doing pretty well. And all I have to do is thank you guys for that. So much appreciated. But yeah, so here we are. So Tyche, CRETIAN Bull finished. I think I stuck pretty well to the color scheme, the styling, and everything like that. So we've got 4 of those containers on there. Each one is 32,000. I have managed to finally fit 32,000 as well on board. So we have a total of 5 times 32, 5, 10, 15, over 150,000. I'm just going to do that because you know what? Math is hard, and I don't like math. I'm creative. I'm not very good with numbers. So we've got those. We also did add a few more containers right on the side. You can kind of see them tucked in there. There they are. So those are about 6,000 each. You can use those for whatever you want. If you want to stockpile fuel, if you want to stockpile oxygen, or take extra of whatever, you can do that. So we've got the same types of styling, the cowls, the piping running absolutely everywhere, which makes this just pop, and I really like it. This up here serves absolutely no purpose, but I was like, I need something just to make it look a little more intricate, because like I said in a lot of my previous videos, I do not like flat, boring surfaces. It's just, I need to break those up. I need to do something in order to make those look more interesting. And so I decided to create that, which kind of looks like two fuel pods. I almost went ahead and actually made them fuel pods by making them a little bit bigger, but then I was like, well, I can't actually do that because those end caps aren't going to fit right. It won't look right. If we had one more larger end cap or the ability to make it a larger cylinder, then we could do it. But unfortunately, right now, with our current limitations, it's just aesthetic. It's simple as that. So let's pop down here. Oh, I actually did it right. That's amazing. So we've got lights. You know what? Let me change this over. I'm going to apologize for the clicks just because I want to turn the lights down, and I have this mechanical keyboard, and it's not the best for recording. But all right, lights down. Okay, so I can get a real good shot at this at night. Let's pop up here. Whoop. There we are. Got a lot of the little point lighting just from textures that I like to do on a lot of my builds. Again, at night it looks phenomenal. It looks, your eye goes everywhere, and that's the idea. So there is that. Now, I hinted earlier to this being 100% done almost. And what I meant by that was under here is the lighting that you see up above. Now, these white lights up here are spotlights, so those will be continuously on. Those are going to stay there. But what I've done is I have added a sensor back here, a trip sensor, which is going to, once you cross that threshold, send these other amber lights into a sequence. So it will start from the back and move forward, just like it's like a moving light on rails kind of a thing, just indicating that go ahead and pull forward. And the idea there is I have a second sensor up front here. Once you cross that threshold, it will trigger those red lights to turn on to indicate to stop, and that you're in the right position to be able to dock. So I will have to move those back and forth and figure that all out, but I can't do that until I actually finish the HV that I want to do for this, or two HVs. I may do an HV for mining and one for salvaging. But good news is that will not take me as long. When I'm working with something that small, I don't have as much of a surface area to worry about, so it's just a lot quicker, and I think I can knock that out by the end of the week. I'm hoping. If not, I will update you. I will let you know to make sure that's the case. Of course, we have the J. Randall Special here in front of me. We've got the radar array, which I think is a great spot for it. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of like it. Yeah, why not? Right? Why not? So yeah, so there is that. Up above, you've got 4 of the cargo extensions, or no, not cargo extensions. Is it? CPU extensions. Thank you. So that the thing is going to actually fly. And this is a tier 4, and I have gone ahead and tested this in survival. I have fully loaded it with ore, the heaviest ore I possibly could, and it takes off just fine in a 1G planet. And there is absolutely no issues. You may start running into issues if you start loading it with other materials, or objects or things like that. But it does have its limitations, and every ship will have limitations. Could I fit larger thrusters on here? Yeah, I could. Do I necessarily want to? No. I want to have an entire line. So my idea is that after this, I may create another vessel similar to this, but it will be bigger. It will be able to carry more. It will be able to go longer distances, that kind of a thing. Or it may just have a whole other aspect to it that is going to be a need within your single player game. So yeah, so there is that. So we'll go ahead and enter on in. Bingo. Oh, we got to go up. There we go. So inside, it's fairly basic. I had to rely a lot on texturing in order to make this more interesting because I did not have a lot of space to really throw in a whole ton of stuff in here. But I do have my typical hidden piping with glowies behind it kind of a thing, which I've done on both sides over here. On this side, we have a ammo container, which has about 1,000 SU capability. You don't need a lot for this. I have a fuel pod up top, so you can fuel right from here. You've got, of course, your constructor there. You've got your basic necessities that you need for these trips. You do have oxygen here, 32,000 container right there, your refrigerator, and then I even threw in a cargo box here just because it looks pretty cool sitting behind the actual seat, and I kind of like it. And I'm missing an H there. I promise you I can spell. I'm going to fix that right after this video. But yeah, so it's got a good view here. You can't really see it in the nighttime, but this whole front area is all windowed, as well as the floor right below. I like to do that in my industrial builds just because from my experience and any sort of machinery that I have used in the past, your visual space is the most important thing. You want to be able to see as much as you possibly can around you in your surroundings to be able to operate said vehicle. So I wanted to make sure this did the same. And I did do that on the Taiki as well. Oh my God, I missed it over there too. What? Oh, geez. Okay, whatever. Anyway, moving on. We've got your radar array, your ventilation up top. And yeah, so that's the interior. Not a whole lot to it, but again, this is mostly a frame. I had to try to fit absolutely as much as I possibly can into very little space. All right, so there you have it. That is the M173 Taiki. Hopefully will be available this Sunday once I finish those HVs for it and get everything all buttoned up. But I thank you all for joining me on this journey. And until next time, as always, keep your heads above the hard deck. I'll catch you later.